Yeah, we're going to video ourselves putting shoes on. That's what Millennial Farmer does. That's what Larson Farms does. Today is a very sad day. For my mother told me that I had to get rid of my old boots. I'm going to replace the old boots with my less old pair of boots. Hello, kitty. I really don't want to get rid of these boots, but toes are kind of shot and the heels are shot as well, so there's not really a whole lot I can do. Fellas, we had a good run. Hello. We did get our chicken Morton building moved outside, so nice to have the shop back. As you probably see, there's a lot of water standing, and that's because we've had 3.3 inches of rain, and everything is very, very wet. But do you know what farmers do when it's wet outside? They haul corn. You know what happens when you haul corn? You clean out the bin. And you know who's gonna clean out the bin? Myself and this guy. Aw, man. It's been kind of a slow past couple days, so I hadn't videoed at all. And frankly, I don't know what I was gonna video because it's been really, really boring. But now, Dad and I are gonna go clean out a bin at our bin site in the river bottom. You never wanna clean out a bin without a mask like this, because that corn dust is not good for you. But no matter how bad the corn dust is, bean dust is always, always worse. Now this is epic. The fun begins. 48 feet of corn to sweep towards there. That just turned the pit on, and now I turned the drag on, and now it's going to turn the power sweep on in the bin to help get all the corn out at the bottom. The glory work of farming right here. Oh, this is nasty. The sweep just got caught on a bolt, and I'm going to fix it. Normally, you don't recommend getting in one of these while it's moving, but around and around she goes till all the corn is gone. We've been in this bin for about half an hour. We've got most of it cleaned out. Another 20 minutes, we'll have it done. Shut her down. Are we having fun yet? Always. This is not the move, guys. Finally, that's done. And now it is raining again. We saw this little guy walk out of this tube. Like, that's an awfully small place for a large cat like that. It would seem as though we were by the hospital near Hannibal. I wonder where we could possibly be going. Mimi's Coffee House? What? No. Seems like I find myself here every day. I decided to drive by the farm that I disked along the edge of, and it looks like we're gonna be seeing some water standing issues right there in that spot because there's water standing there. But it doesn't look like there's any giant seeps out in the middle of the field where we had it tiled out. And we need to tear out those trees that are in the ditch, blocking the flow of the water. Here comes something pretty cool down the road. It's an old John Deere cotton picker. Believe it or not, we actually do not grow any cotton here in Northeast Missouri. I was just up at my cousin Willie Beer, just killing some time, really. This is quite an interesting planter. It's a Great Plains. Not really sure what the model number is, but it's got the skinny gauge wheels, and it's a very John Deere-esque row unit, but it's still not quite John Deere. I'd really like to see one of these behind the 4320 someday. It's a little wet out today yet, but the sun's out. It's starting to kind of think about drying out. And I need to mow, so I need to mow really, really, really bad. And we're just gonna send it. Thank goodness I paid $1,000 for wheels, right? As you can probably gather from the way the grass looks, it's kind of wet. It's like really wet, like spinning my tires because it's so wet. Moo! I must not be speaking that guy's language. Here, let's try another one. Moo! No, must not be his language either. Even though I don't have cattle and I never plan to have cattle, I still enjoy looking at them. I just bought a new claw hammer. This one is toast. It's done. I'm gonna throw this in the trash. But I bet that tomorrow morning when I come back out here, it will have found its way back into the toolbox. And you know who will have done it? Mark Goldinger. I bought this hammer. I bought this red one. This is more of a carpentry hammer. I bought this hammer. Of course, granted, I've had this one for several years, but I still bought it. Recently, I've also developed a terrible, terrible habit of buying cheap tools to put in my toolbox on a service truck. I could be buying expensive tools like Snap-on instead of like this $4 tape measure from Tractor Supply. So I had one viewer that wanted to see a couple more of my Firearms. So you can see one more. This is an 1865 Spencer carbine that was probably used in the Civil War. I bought this in January of this year, and I don't know, I was in an antique gun store in Columbia called Ancestry Arms, and I saw this and I thought, man, that's kind of cool. So it's technically a lever action rifle, but it's not like a Winchester or anything like that. It's a very basic sort of rifle, a lot stronger though. And it's very oddly balanced. It's very butt heavy and barrel light. The bottom falls out of it like this, and then you push it back, and then you pull your hammer, and it's ready to shoot. It's got like a 7-round tube magazine, and ammunition for it is unobtainable because it's a 56 rimfire, and guess what? That hasn't been made for like 120 years. So probably not going to ever shoot this, but it would be cool if I could. I've got more guns than that, but I don't think that'll become a regular segment of this channel because this is farming after all, so I'm going to try to keep it to farming, but I do like to talk about guns. You know how everyone has just that favorite pair of jeans that is getting pretty wore thin, is probably thrown away? Yeah, that's these. There's a hole in the back pocket that my phone would fall through every time I put my phone in my back pocket. There's a nice hole under the crotch area that would get bigger every time you squatted down. And the hem is gone at the bottom. I think it's just time to retire these. We had a good run, boys. Kind of sad. I do enjoy a nice mellow yellow. I wonder why I'm at the John Deere dealership. Am I gonna buy a tractor or a combine? No, not buying a tractor or a combine, buying something different. Yep, I bought a fertilizer spreader. Now, why did I do that? I don't know. Most of the reason is that when I spread some of that grass a couple videos ago, it took a very long time, and with this, it's like a one-pass deal, and I think that alone was probably gonna be worth it. I decided to take a quick break after I got done mowing here and come look at my grass seeding job that I did, and there's actually grass coming up, so that's kind of great. I was afraid that I would have to come up here and tear it all out and redo it again, but now, guess what? I'm not going to. There's all sorts of grass growing out here. I wish I would have put it on just a little more thick though. Nice grass coming up. Ground's still a little soft though, so I do have to be kind of careful where I'm stepping. This is excellent. This winter I like to take the skid steer and the grapple and clean out this whole fence row, because there's some old fence right here and some trees and some brush from when we actually cleaned up this area, and I'd like to take it down the brush pile and burn it so that we don't have to go around it anymore. If I can, I will try to mow all the way up to the trees, and then the other side of the trees will be the field. There's another probably 5 to 7 feet of grass that I would have to plant. I'd honestly like to redo this whole yard with a rotary tiller and seed it to grass. Yeah, it's kind of windy, but it's not my yard. It's not my money to spend on it. Well, actually, it would be my money to spend on it, just so it'd be nice. But this yard's really rough, and there's some bare spots, and it needs some attention. But I really like the wheels on this new mower. Here's Dad. Wonder what this guy wants. What's up, bro? See you later. Oh, you put my Mellow Yellow in the fridge? Oh, well, gee, thanks. You're quite a guy. Oh, you didn't? Oh, you can get a load of this guy. See ya. I'm gonna go to the co-op here in town and see what they have in the way of bag fertilizer, like for a lawn or something like that. I'm thinking I'm gonna want to go a little heavier on the P and K and not on the nitrogen for the lawn, because guess what nitrogen does? It makes grass grow really fast, and I don't want to mow it any more than I have to. But I like to try to get my grass to be a little more, what's the word for it, healthy, and not looking like like crap, but yeah, it's whatever. Oh yeah, boys, this is a high-tech rig right here. I got the spreader leveled out so that it's gonna spread evenly, and I'm gonna throw some fertilizer in it and we'll see what it does. Stuff I'm putting on is a 624-24. It's just from the co-op up in town. It's nothing special. I didn't want something that had a whole lot of nitrogen content because I don't actually want the grass to grow faster. I just want it to grow stronger and have better root system and be more healthy. I'm down here at the pond just trying it out, and it appears to be putting out product. I don't know if it's at the rate that I want, but I mean, how precise can this really get? This is a big time fertilizer application rig. Nutrient can go to heck. Big time AF. My supervisor, who is a very cute and fluffy dog, just had to come down and see what we were doing. Right, May? What are you doing sitting around for? Hop on. When you're dealing with nitrogen and fertilizer like this, it's always important to try and clean everything out with just straight water when you are done, so that it doesn't rust. I lied, there's gonna be more gun content. I really wanna shoot this gun at a can here, so bang. You know, that kind of stuff. This little pistol here is not an instrument of precision. It is very unprecise, if you will. Today we're also going to be replacing these bogey wheels on the 9570 RX since one of them fell off while I was going down the road. As you can probably tell, the rubber on this bogey wheel decided to find a new home on the side of the road, and probably not good to run it like that, so we're going to go ahead and replace it here because, judging by the standing water right there, it's too wet to be in the field. Not yet. There we go. I just got done eating supper with some of my friends at their local restaurant called Hats, and they alerted me that tonight is graduation night. So I figured in support of my underclassmen friends, I should probably go to it.
And you probably don't know what that...
Hey, wake up. Wake up. Very tired puppy. Well, thanks for watching the video, guys. This is the end of it. This was kind of a long and drawn out and completely random video, honestly. It was just kind of, oh, hey, what are we doing that's kind of farm related today? Thrown in with some gun stuff, and oh, this is also what I'm doing today. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe. We're going to hopefully start planting some beans and finishing corn here soon, if it would ever stop raining. Anyways, thanks for watching. I went and got Sonic. Go spend some time with your family. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Almost forgot for your Videoly kitty cat update. They are now this big.